This is Kota Minyak Engineering Solution Product Partnership with Ming Rong Yan Business. Ming Rong Yan is a high-end soap fabricator, reactor, tower, and drum column manufacturer. As you can see in the picture, we got preheater and defolisher and catalyst cooler that looks like a missile. Owning the SME stamp of U, U2, S, NB, and R, and the PRC, SQL of China, A1 and A2, the CNS of Taiwan, and the SABIC, TechRear, and ADGAS of the Middle East. Manufacturing licenses for pressure vessel, as well as the ISO 9001, 14001, and OHSAS 18001. MRY is able to provide various kinds of pressure vessel, tank, reactor, tower, distiller, heat exchanger, pipeline, boiler, heater, and steel structure in varied material of carbon steel, stainless steel, alloys of titanium, aluminum, zirconium, hastelloy, and como, and etc. Besides the domestic market, MRY's products are also exported to Southeast Asia, China, US, Japan, and etc. For example, MRY have been identified by DuPont for many years as a high-end soap, and recently MRY has just accomplished 2 of DuPont's projects and delivered the equipment to the United States of America. It is naphtha remover and the reactor. MRY is able to provide various kinds of, as I've read for you previously. Let's look at the reference of product of MRY. Crude tower in 2012 with a weight of 106 ton. Solvent dehydration column at 2014 with a weight of 32 ton to 300 ton. The reactor 206 tons. Special size material experience out of God's equipment experiences. Please examine the table given. So, what kind of material we have or we can provide? For alloy, we have hastelloy C276, Inconel 600, Monel 400, Inconel 20, AL 6XN, and nickel 201. For the duplex stainless, we have S31803, S32205, S32750. For the exotic, we have titanium, zirconium, bimetallic. MRY experience with the international client. Let's look at the location first. So on here we have Thailand, Singapore, and USA. The type of equipment: cyclone top section, hot fit cyclone, reactor, brine pot, clay filter, detenizer, top condenser, LPG, mercury trap vessel, salt filter, fuel gas cooler. The client: ExxonMobil, Jacobs, PBF, or Technip. The material used: SA51670 and with stainless steel, 304H hex mesh and refractoring lining. The dimension 510 times 916 millimeter. Hager Alsacer water treatment for oil and gas. The production and processing of oil and gas will continue to grow in the future, as global demand for energy cannot be met solely by renewable resources in the medium term. In order to use fossil fuels in the most environmentally friendly and energy efficient way possible, processes such as extraction, refining, and refinishing petrochemicals urgently need to be optimized. It is to be expected that existing production sites will be modernized, expanded, and thus adapted to current requirements and regulations. This also includes the treatment of processed wastewater, which must be treated in a much more complex and at the same time more energy efficient way due to increasing strict environmental regulations. This can be very challenging for all the plants that have already been adapted and enlarged several times. It applies, for example, to the integration of new process stages during operation and possibly to limited space conditions. For the oil and gas downstream sector, H&E provides a proven and stable process, as well as energy optimized plants for industrial water and wastewater treatment, from pre-assembled system units to fully operational turnkey plants, just like the enlargement of Pertamina Refinery Unit 5 done by RDMP. Suggested to use Hager Alsacer as the production and processing of oil and gas. Let's look at the water process engineering capability of H+E. Filtration, yes, for power. Ion exchange, yes. Reverse osmosis, flow pack, ultra or microfiltration, membrane degasification, electro deionization. Kind of industry: power plant, semiconductor, manufacture, pulp and paper, fabrication, petrochemical, food and beverage, mining, oil and gas. Generation of cooling tower makeup water. Surface water from rivers or lakes is generally used to compensate for evaporation losses and blowdown losses from cooling towers. This so-called cooling tower makeup water must be free of suspended particles and sediments. In addition to classical filtration methods, H+E also offers ultrafiltration for this purpose. Moreover, the space-saving FlocoPack L compact system, a reactor developed by the H+E for the precipitation, flocculation, and sedimentation of poorly soluble substances, is frequently used. This established method is particularly suitable if the surface water is to be partially softened. In more and more regions of the world, water recovery from cooling tower blowdown also plays a decisive role. To meet this challenge, H+E combines the treatment processes which are required according to the quality of the blowdown water and the local requirements for wastewater discharge. The following membrane technology are important in this application. First, ultrafiltration for the separation and concentration of macromolecular substances and small particles. Second, reverse osmosis in conjunction with precipitation stages. Third, thermal processes such as the innovative ZLD Eco2. Generation of cooling tower makeup water. The main task of a cooling tower makeup water treatment plants are the reduction of general suspended matter and precipitated water hardness. That includes pressure filter, multimedia filter, or ultrafiltration as an alternative. Open filter, filtro, the G system, flocculation and precipitation, sedimentation, flocopack system with sluts, treatment by means of a chamber filter press or belt type filter press, biocide, sulfuric acid and hardness stabilizer dosing. Flocopack. In order to obtain very low discharge value in a reliable and cost-effective way, we have been successfully using Flocopack L or Flocopack LC, compact flocculator for treatment of the cooling tower makeup water for many years. In addition to the flocculation reaction optimized by sludge recycling and the high sedimentation rate, the Flocopack LC also offers the advantage of being insensitive to raw water quality variations. Furthermore, thanks to the compact design, up to 90% of the area can be saved compared to a conventional flocculation, sedimentation, and filtration plant. So this is the example of the H+E installation for water treatment. Process wastewater treatment plant. The ash deposited at the base of the boiler is collected in the wet ash removal system. This solid containing wastewater is usually treated in a process wastewater treatment plant. The water is first into preliminary clarifier, into which further solids containing partial wastewater streams are fed as required. In most cases, a sedimentation plant with lamella separators is suited for treatment of this type of wastewater. Here, our tried and tested Flocopack L system is used. Usually, a thickener is connected downstream of the sedimentation stage. In specific cases, further COD reduction may become necessary in an additional stages. Besides reliable compliance with discharge limit values, a high-efficiency design with optimized chemical demand and low space requirement is particularly relevant to ensure cost-effective plant operation. The processed wastewater from the wet ash removal plants are covered by Annex 31, Para 2.4 of the Wastewater Ordinance. Let's look at the following diagram. So the wastewater comes in, do the coagulation, flocculation, sedimentation, compaction of Flocopack. We add FeCl, Na, OH, we use the polymer and then down the sewer over here and the ash bunker thrown being here. Wastewater process engineering capability. For the chemical, we use Flocopack or precipitation, sedimentation, flotation, filtration. For biological or anaerobic, we use filtration, fluidized bed for biological, uniform activated sludge bed, contact sludge, fixed bed, active sludge for aerob, sludge bioreactor, moving bed, biofilter for other uses of ozone and active carbon. The type of industry that can be used in wastewater engineering capability in power plant, food beverage, pulp and paper, petrochemical, semiconductor, or electronics, mining, oil and gas. H+E zero liquid discharge. ZLD done right. Under the brand name ZLD, Eco Hager Elsasser has developed an innovative combination of methods to completely eliminate liquid waste, also known as zero liquid discharge, with their cooperation partner MFT GmbH from Cologne. So this must be applied when the government say to you, I want zero liquid of contamination down to my stream, to the river or to the sea. Then you need this kind of technology. Since all process within the ZLD ECO2 process must be protected against precipitation, careful pretreatment of the raw water flow is essential. H+E draw upon an existing process portfolio and literally decades of accumulated experience of their specialists in order to adapt the exact process requirement to each specific circumstances. So the wastewater comes in 100% with 15 degrees Celsius entering the system of ZLD. So we do the pretreatment process and then the thermal process. On here we have centrifuges and sluts. Solids, this is the end point. This is a condensator, make it cool. And then rise up the temperature again to 65 degrees Celsius. The heating energy, the condensate is the cooling. That's how you do it. Zero liquid discharge, the technological step. Overview of the technology approach. The pre-treatment step includes microfiltration, precipitation and flocculation, other sand filtration, active carbon filtration, the membrane step, nanofiltration, reverse osmosis or high pressure RO, other electrodialysis, combination multistage. The thermal step is evaporator and other crystallizer centrifugation. Benefits of zero liquid discharge as ZLD or H+E. This smaller thermal states enables ZLD ECO to provide particularly low running costs in comparison with conventional method. It is the reduction in the size of the various process components that allows the one-time investment cost to be manageable. Moreover, this applies not only for the thermal states, but also for the reverse osmosis units that use the energy released in the system to increase efficiency. Since the fine-tuned process technology results in a further in the size of the individual stages, ZLD ECO2 system are particularly space-saving. The modular and space-saving design of a ZLD ECO2 system also ensure low time and cost for its installation. Integrated recycling within a ZLD ECO2 system reduces the cost for cooling to a minimum, since the already treated concentrate is reused in different stages of the process. The overall consumption of chemical is minimized. So this is the example of high pressure membrane stack for ZLD ECO, and this is the reverse osmosis plant for the low and mid pressure part of the ZLD. Looks like there's a lot of pipes. The experience of H+E in the group of Aquarion. We play in countries like Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia. The customer is Eastwater or Gulf Project, Sarawak, Modec, M+W, Singapore, Infineon, Sapura Kencana Energy, GE Water, FHI ASC Project Indonesia. The type of water is processed water, wastewater, seawater. The year is 2019, from 2016 to 2019. The market segment is municipal, type of industry is semiconductor, oil and gas, semiconductor, food beverages, semiconductor, power. And the technology is Flocopack plus Filtro G, wastewater treatment for ammoniac nitrogen removal plant, offshore reverse osmosis package, wastewater treatment, cyanide treatment, produced water treatment, platform and mechanical work for micron project, pre-treatment plant, wastewater treatment plant, cyanide treatment, and the same goes on. Conclusion. We have seen the capability of Kota Minyak in engineering solution product. For Cameron We have seen the gas processing and treatment, the produced water treatment and disposal, oil treatment and experience list. For Ming Ronyan business, we have seen the high-end salt fabricator, reactor tower, drum, column and experience list. For the H+E or Hager-Elsasser water treatment for oil and gas and wastewater treatment, we have seen the generation of cooling tower makeup water, processed water, wastewater treatment plant, H+E zero liquid discharge. In 2006, a boiler feed water treatment plant for an 800 megawatt power station in Italy had to be constructed under such difficult conditions. Effluent from a sewage treatment plant was available as the raw water source. The wastewater produced in the station, such as filter rinsing water and boiler blowdown water, were also treated in order to obtain a zero liquid discharge. And we also have seen the experience list of the Hager-Elsasser. For further inquiry, please contact welly.sunario@kotamia.co.id or ring me at 62542733522 at extension 3332. My address is in Balikpapan, the Kotamia headquarters. Thank you for listening.